Hello everyone and welcome to WeGeek, your one-stop shop for all things geek. Today I wanted to take a quick look at Total War Warhammer, a fun game, and try to answer what is it in 6 minutes or less. So without further delay, let's begin. Now Total War is a rich gaming franchise under the Creative Assembly banner that normally focuses in on historical periods in time. However, they partnered with Games Workshop to come to an agreement of creating multiple titles for Warhammer, a fantasy-rich universe. Let's start with what the game is. Total War is typically broken up into three parts: the Grand Campaign, multiplayer, and what's traditionally known as historical battles. And that's just a look at the Total War franchise. Warhammer, on the other hand, is a rich lore built from many books and tabletop games focused in a fantasy genre with orcs and dwarves and humans, undead creatures. Starting with the smallest of the three is multiplayer. Here, players can create a variety of different armies, building their own, and then committing them to battle against other players. Next is historical battles, or what is normally known as historical battles. Here, you are put into a scripted situation with already pre-generated units and are able to take over iconic situations. Are you able to battle your way out, or will you fail and change history? Which leads me to the main staple of the game, which is your Grand Campaign. In the Grand Campaign, players are able to take control of a race or faction and then move on to build an empire through either military might or building an economy and forging strong alliances. With the release of Total War Warhammer, you'll begin the game with 4 playable races, with the 5th game being offered as a pre-order DLC, or if you purchase the game within the first week of the release of the game, you'll get this 5th faction for free. Past that, I believe it'll end up being a paid DLC faction. Each has its own unique play style for both the campaign and the battle map. With Total War Warhammer, it looks to add in a deeper RPG experience. As you select a legendary lord to command your armies, he will then be the main staple of your campaign as you look to do quest battles and gain legendary items for him, constructing what sort of skills he might have and spells he might be able to use. The first of playable races is the Empire. This is a traditional medieval style human faction with powerful units like the iconic steam tank and the cavalry unit known as the Demigryph Knights. However, the second faction we're going to talk about would love nothing more than to topple the Empire and consume them for their own army. This is, of course, the Vampire Counts. The Vampire Counts and their undead legions have a very unique playstyle on the battle map, as they have no ranged units. They do, however, bolster terrifying monstrous units like the Terrorgeist or the Fellbats. This faction is a lot more heavily focused on magic, as they are able to raise the dead on command. While the Vampire Counts may have a weaker infantry line of skeletons and zombies, their monstrous infantry is where they're really going to pack their punch. However, looking to stop these monsters are the Dwarves. The Dwarves rely more on their tech to bolster their might and siege engines than they do any magic, as this faction exclusively does not have any magic available to them. Instead, however, they have access to powerful runes. Aside from the runes, the dwarves do have mighty siege engines. You want to try and avoid crossing the dwarves in a bad way, as they do not forget those who have wronged them, as they record all this in their Book of Grudges. And finally, looking to gut them dwarves are the Greenskins. Barbaric in nature, the orcs and goblins are always a fighting faction. Bringing mighty monstrous units like the giant or trolls, they still bolster strong infantry like their black orcs. Thanks for stopping by, guys. That was a quick look at Total War Warhammer. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button down below. Also, comment in the comment sections which faction or race would you like to see me play as first. At some point, I'll end up probably playing all of them and featuring all of them on the channel, but which one would you like to see me start off with? But that's all for today, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you again.